What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. As you can tell, we're back at the ESPN Tournament Challenge page. Round 1 is done. As you can tell right here, I'm in the 97th percentile for the Tournament Challenge. I think is pretty good for someone who doesn't really watch college basketball that much. I mean, I keep my eye on it, but am I a bracketologist or anything like that, or watch every single game of maybe Michigan or Michigan State or the Big Ten? No, I just kind of do this for fun, and I kind of like picking the brackets and kind of how it all falls out. So let's get into the bracket here real quick. As you can see, you got Zion from Duke. I have Duke as a national champion. Like I said before, I think they're probably going to be the team to beat. And as I come down into here, I kind of want to come into here real quick. My rank isn't all that great, but I'm sure pretty much everyone else is probably right in here. My rank is 468,000 out of I don't know how many brackets are in. I'm in the 97th percentile, and my maximum point, or my points for this round was 260 points. I had 260 of 320 points I scored on here, and it kind of goes 320, 320, 320 all for the rest of the rounds here. But for the rest of the rounds here, let's kind of get into this here real quick. The round of 6, like I said, the round of 64 is done. Kansas State got upset to UC Irvine, so that's a blemish on my record. I can't remember if Cincinnati and Iowa played Thursday, but that's another blemish on my record. We'll just kind of go all through this here real quick. Let me start back up here at the top again. I'm sorry. I got Virginia winning, and I had Oklahoma winning, which Ole Miss, Oklahoma. I watched Oklahoma play a little bit. I didn't watch Ole Miss, but Oklahoma's a decent team. I don't think they're really anything. I don't think they're going to win the national championship at all or anything like that, but they're a decent team. I think they'll get their tail kicked by Virginia. The next round here, I have Oregon, and it was going to be Kansas State, but UC Irvine ended up upsetting Kansas State, which I didn't watch that game. I'm sure a couple other people down below in the comments will be like, man, Kansas State played like crap. Excuse me. So the Oregon-UC Irvine matchup, I had Kansas State at least advancing to beat Virginia, but now looking at this, I'm going to pick Oregon because Oregon is probably one of the hottest teams in the Pac-10 right now, at least the back part. And they were kind of coming into last year, too. So instead of Kansas State going, I'm going to pick Oregon State to meet Virginia in the Sweet 16. And down here, I've picked all of them correctly down here. I have Villanova, Purdue, Iowa, and Tennessee. I'm going to choose Purdue and Tennessee going in to the Sweet 16. And as I come down here to the Midwest bracket, pretty much everyone here was good except for Iowa State and Ohio State. Ohio State kind of moved on. Not real surprising that the Big Ten teams all did quite well except for Wisconsin. But North Carolina, Washington, Auburn, Kansas. I have North Carolina and Kansas moving on. Auburn might be able to pull off the upset here. I just think Kansas is the better team. I haven't watched a whole lot of Kansas basketball, I'll admit. But that's who I have for that matchup. And Ohio State, Houston, Warford, and Kentucky. I have Houston and Kentucky advancing on. I watched a little bit of the Houston-Georgia State game. I think Houston was just kind of keeping themselves ahead so they could move on. And they were kind of playing a little bit relaxed basketball. I was watching it at the bar last night. And I really do think that game is probably going to be a good game, Ohio State and Houston, which I think Houston's going to win out. And they're going to advance on to meet Kentucky. And I think Warford and Kentucky is one that Kentucky's probably just going to beat up on. I really don't think it's really going to be a basketball game here. The one I'm kind of really interested in is today at 5:15. Even though I'm going to be away, I'm going out and going to ride some quads out in the field and have my buddies' kids around. So we're going to go ahead and get some quad riding in. But in the meantime, Michigan, Florida State. I kind of like this matchup for the entire Saturday and Sunday here because, number one, I'm a Michigan fan. Number two, I think this is a very good matchup. I think Michigan advances on here. Florida very well could advance on it. Just I haven't watched any Florida games, so I don't know how good or how bad Florida is. But I like Michigan to advance on. I picked Buffalo and Texas Tech correctly. I think Texas Tech moves on to that one. Murray State, Florida State. You guys know I have Florida State moving on. And Georgia, or excuse me, not Georgia, Gonzaga and Baylor, which I thought Syracuse was going to win there. I had Syracuse upsetting Gonzaga, but I think Gonzaga is going to make the run to meet Florida State in the round of Sweet 16. Last but not least here, guys, I have the East bracket here. Michigan State, Bradley. Michigan State kind of, from what people were saying that, and we all know the Tom Izzo rant on, I think it was Aaron Henry there, the freshman. I don't really looking into all that a whole lot. I think that Tom Izzo's just an intense guy, and there hasn't been one time that I haven't seen Tom Izzo hit a player. Well, at least while on the basketball court, I haven't seen it. The dude's intense. I'm going to say that. But whatever he does off the out of the camera, which no one's been done, and he's been doing this for what 30 years, and no one said anything. That kind of says something. So I kind of just dismiss that. I don't like the matchup here, having two Big Ten teams meet in the second round. I think that's kind of BS. I would have put Minnesota probably in the 11th spot, or perhaps even the 12th spot for Minnesota, instead of putting them in the 10th with Louisville. But it is what it is. I think Michigan State moves on. Maryland and LSU, I like LSU to advance on here. I think Maryland kind of had their shining moment, and they're kind of going to, their dancing stops here. Virginia Tech and Liberty, which I had Mississippi State going in here. I think a lot of people had Mississippi State advancing on. And I heard a lot of people say that Mississippi State kind of let a lot of people down here. I didn't watch the game. Like I said, I don't watch Liberty or Mississippi State, but that's kind of the grumblings that I'm hearing. But I like Virginia Tech to come out of this game. Duke, UCF should be pretty much a no-brainer. I like Duke coming out of here. I have Duke as my national champion. I think they're just going to kind of run the table and kind of probably blow everybody else away. So that's what I have for my round 2 picks here, guys. You guys can tell I had some blemishes on here, which you're pretty much going to have. But for the 97th percentile, I'm going to come back here to the home page. But being up here in the 97th percentile, I don't think it's too shabby for someone who doesn't really watch a whole lot of college basketball. So, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope to see you guys again soon. Deuces. Take care, guys.